All right, now we're going to get into the second part of this three-part tying tutorial for this leather squirmy wormy or suede skin squirmy wormy. I keep saying leather just because I don't know why. It's a suede skin squirmy wormy. We're going to be tying this up today with the same materials. We're going to be using the Rainbow Scud Dub in the dark shade, the Eric's FW551 size 12 jig hook, the hairline slotted tungsten beads. You can use it in any size you want. I have a 3.3 millimeter and this one in the rainbow color. We first we get into once we get into the hook into our vise, which I need to get into here. Let me get my hook securely in my vise. Regal holds that vise or that hook just so perfect. It does not bend whatsoever. When you get this suede skin, I showed you in the other couple parts here, it comes in a little, I would say like a 3x4 package right here. The corners are always cut off, so you can go ahead and you can get a feel for what the material is like before you purchase it. You can check out the colors or whatever that's not inside the plastic bag. But when you cut it, I showed you in the last video, cut it with one of these little wheel cutters, and you will get a nice little strip of leather. That thing cuts it so sharp and so nice and clean. It's way better than cutting it with a pair of scissors. And when I do cut my leather, I always just cut one side. You can see how rough that suede skin is. I always just cut one side with the point because the front side I like to cut later on to match the back side of that fly. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this one. Again, this one is going to be with the dubbing applied last after the suede skin instead of before the suede skin. Build a little thread dam there. A little thread base down. Make sure I'm right at my reference point, right at where the barb should be if that was a barbed hook. I'll lay my wire down right on top. I like to keep it on top on this one because it gets the leather up a little bit higher. But again, I'm going to go short on getting to the bead, so when my suede skin does come into here and I have my dubbing into here, I have a little bit of room right here so I can go ahead and just lock everything in instead of just building up something pretty thick up alongside that bead and having work over top of that bead. But with this one here, like we said before, we are going to tie this one with the leather on for the suede skin on first. And then we will do the scud dubbing. So we'll put the suede skin down. Wrap that on, make sure I like my tail right there. Lock it on. Now that we know that's not going to go anywhere, now I like to advance my thread all the way up to my bead. I'm going to stretch this out, and right on top of the hook shank, I'm going to keep tension on it with my right hand, while with my left hand I'm going to grab my bobbin, tighten that down. I will give it 2 turns in the front, 2 turns on top of it. Now this isn't going to twist around on me anymore. That anchors that down and keeps it from twisting. And you can also see all the access that I have here. I'm going to cut that here off later. Then I'm going to build little thread all the way down, making sure that that suede skin is on that hook. Now you can see right now, this thing, look, I'm picking this vise up with the brass base. So this thing is just absolutely ridiculous on how strong these flies are. Now we're going to get my rainbow scud dub in a dark shade. I'm going to build up a nice little thin, about 3-inch noodle. And if you notice right here at the end, I don't twist it all the way down because I like to get my next pinch of dubbing, and I marry it right to that as I twist, and only twist in one direction. Don't twist it and roll it around like a little third grader with a booger on his finger. So we're just going to twist all these in one direction. And we're going to build up a nice little non-tapered body. Just going to make it, I should cut that off by now, but we're not. Build a nice little body here. Don't have to worry about it being tapered. We just want to build a nice little thick body. Wire is going to go over top of it and cover up a lot of it and hold it on with our ribbing. There we go. Finish into the front. Now, you don't have to counter wrap this. This isn't going to be like a feather where if it does get nicked or whatever, it's going to fall apart. So we don't necessarily have to counter wrap this. So with my colored wire again, I'm going to make some nice wraps all the way up. I'm going to finish at the end point there, and then again I'm going to finish it right underneath that suede skin. Grab my nice little pliers here. Now that we have it underneath of that suede skin, it hides it so nice. Get a little bit more of the rainbow dubbing just to cover up that little bit of extra wire that came up into the very last groove. Do my 4 or 5 turn whip finish here. Hold this back. 1, 2, 4 turn, snip that off. Again, this is where you'd want to put on some head cement. Want to make the tip of the fly about the same length as the tail of the fly. Either put a little point on it. You can put a little slit in the front. This is all just personal preference. But there you have another version of that very adorable pink squirmy wormy using the suede skin. This thing is just a fantastic fly. I love tying this.